What is happening? That's literally me right now. I'm like, what in the world is happening? What in the chicken nuggets was last night? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Chanel here and I am welcoming you to another vlog. I'm so excited for this video. You guys don't even know. All my friends who have been hearing me talk about this video and plan this video for the last few months are literally tired of me talking. But I mean, I'm so excited. The month has finally come. The time is here. There's none other than this moment right here. If you guys don't know, I have been on Booktube for the past 5 months and it has been an amazing journey. It has been so crazy. I don't even know how people who have been here for years feel, because I feel like so many things have happened since I've joined Booktube and I've, experienced a lot of things. I've read a lot of different types of books and I don't know, the Booktube community is just so amazing. And it's actually funny that I stumbled on it by accident, which is actually part of the whole idea for this video. So a couple years ago I was looking up a review for a book that I wanted to read, and at the time I was like super obsessed with YouTube. I was watching YouTube a lot because I never, literally after high school, I didn't pick up a single book. I wasn't reading anything. College was just me reading my textbooks, stuff that was due for school, things like that. I feel like I was very tired of reading because I was doing all this academic reading and I didn't think reading was a fun activity. Literally until the month before I graduated university, I was like, what's a book? Who knows? But anyway, so I had looked up this book a couple years ago and I was like, I wonder if I can find a video about it. And then I stumbled upon my favorite booktuber ever. And if you guys don't know, how do you not know? Because I literally always talk about her. I mean, I'm always talking about her with my friends and stuff, so you guys might not know. But my favorite booktuber of all time, literally ever, she could post herself looking at a wall for 5 hours and I would watch it. And that is Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. I actually stumbled on Hannah's channel. I don't remember what the very first video I watched of hers was. I think it might have been a review or something. I really can't remember, but I just know that the moment I stumbled on her channel, I was very intrigued by her content and I thought, oh my gosh, this person really knows what she's saying about these books. And I remember going back to her Booktube newbie video and how she talked about how she just wants to be herself on YouTube and how like she's not gonna try and be like this elaborate person that she isn't and blah 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 blah. And I really liked that because if you can't tell, I'm a very excitable and like all over the place person. I really am like this. Like I really wish I could tell you that in real life I'm more calm and mellow, but I honestly am as much of a crackhead as I am on this channel. In real life it's really overwhelming, especially for me. And so watching Hannah's channel and watching her videos and knowing that her personality was quite different from mine but also kind of similar really made me love her videos. And she talks about books in such an intelligent and calming way.
And the book is told in the first person narrative and kind of the second person narrative as well, because when he's talking he refers to the girl he's stalking as you a lot of the time, and sometimes it feels like he's directly talking to you, which gets really uncomfortable and creepy, but in a really good way.
Hi sisters! And her channel was almost like, you know how people watch ASMR to be relaxed? Like I would watch Hannah's channel to be relaxed. Like at the time I wasn't even reading anything. I would just pop in and out of Booktube and watch all these videos. I didn't even know it was called Booktube at the time until I actually learned about Booktube from one of my friends, Nicole. And I'm going to link Nicole's channel down below so you guys can check out her channel. But she actually was the one who really solidified this idea of like, what is Booktube? Because I'd always been really interested in making a YouTube channel, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. When I was in high school, I was very obsessed with like fashion and like selling clothes, making clothes, things like that. So at the time I was like, oh, maybe I should do fashion. But then I was like, I'm not confident enough for that. And then when I was in college, I was really obsessed with makeup. And I was like, oh, maybe I should do a makeup channel. But then I was like, oh, that's a lot of work. Like I don't really like putting on makeup that much. And then before I did this, I actually tried to make a Sims channel, which... girl, like it was a mess. It was a mess. You know, I love The Sims, but I don't think I'm cut out for the gaming world. Anyways, so there was all those different things. And then once I got this idea of like, oh my god, Booktube is a thing, and this person who I adore so much is on Booktube, that's what this is called. It's Booktubers. And I really wanted to start reading a lot, and so I actually joined Booktube in April. I wanted to say August, but I meant April. In April of this year, and I actually joined because Cindy was hosting the Asian readathon, and that's actually the first thing that I did on Booktube. I joined that. I did like my bookshop tour and all of that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, this is actually, like, I'm actually gonna be a booktuber. And I count me starting the Asian readathon as me actually doing booktube, because that's when I really like actually was doing this and like being committed to it and actually making an attempt, rather than just posting something and being like, okay, whatever, it's a book, you know what I mean? But anyways, going into this, for this vlog, I'm so sorry I rambled, but I just really wanted to give you guys a backstory to how I found Booktube. I know it's kind of long, but it's important because Hannah was literally like my gateway drug into Booktube, and I still watch her channel now. Obviously, like, I love her videos. I think she is very funny. She's very unique. Like, she has this way of making you feel like very comfortable and making you feel like you can watch her videos and just like, I don't know how to explain it, but you know when you watch your favorite anything, or you see your favorite anything, and you just feel that click and you just feel that like joy inside of you? That's how I feel watching Hannah's videos. And so I thought a couple of months ago, literally this has been an idea that's been brewing in me for months, and I thought this would be the perfect month to do it. But a couple months ago I had this idea to read Hannah's all-time favorite book. And if you don't watch Hannah's channel, then you might not know that her all-time favorite book is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I always say this author's name wrong, but this is the book that I'm going to be reading for this vlog. I am so pumped. I've heard really good things about this book. It is about a magical circus that appears once a year, or that just appears. I don't know. It's about a magical circus, and that's all I know about it. I purposely tried not to look like too much into it, especially when I decided that I did want to read it for this video. I was like, sounds cool. And also, I recently finished the entire Caraval series. Absolutely adored that. I'd probably say it's one of my favorite series or trilogies ever. It was awesome. And I know a lot of people compare Caraval to this book, and I'm wanting to see if that is actually true, if it's actually that similar. My friend Sabrina says it's not. A lot of people say it is, but I'm excited to see how much that holds. And if you guys can't tell, I'm wearing stripes. My stripes are in the wrong direction, but we're just gonna hold it like this and pretend that it's the right direction. But yeah, I'm super pumped to read this book. I am anticipating that it's gonna be like a 4 or 5 stars, because I do see myself really enjoying this, especially after reading Caraval. I get this like excitement reading something about a circus. And I just finished Escaping from Houdini, which is the 3rd book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and that also has like a very carnival-y, magical type of like vibe to it, except that's like historical fiction and not any magic. But all of those things put together, I feel like have really prepared me for this book, and I feel like this is the perfect time for me to try and read this book. And I'm so pumped, and I hope you guys enjoy this journey. And Hannah's probably never gonna ever see this, but if she ever for some reason does, thank you so much, Hannah, for creating the content that you create and for being such a pure and amazing and like, oh my god, am I getting emotional? Whatever. You guys don't know my backstory of when I joined Booktube, but it was such a difficult time for me, and like the month that I joined Booktube was literally the most chaotic month ever, and then the month after was just even more chaotic. And so my early times in Booktube have a lot of meaning to me. But I'm gonna stop rambling now because this intro is literally already 8 minutes. I'm so sorry. But anyways, let's get pop and let's get into this. I am like the queen of super long intros. I'm so sorry, guys, but let's go into the adventure of reading this book. I'm pumped. So a little bit of an update. I am on page 79, and so much has happened. Literally, I feel like this book is going by so fast because of all the different things that are happening. Like, I'm kind of surprised that I'm only on page 79 because I feel like so much has happened. I am seriously enjoying this book. I love that it's so magical, almost to the point where I'm like, what is happening? what? And I kind of like that it's doing this thing where it's bringing other people's stories into the book. For example, like it talked about this guy, or like the situation with someone named Bailey. It talked about a dare that was happening where something I can't say because of spoilers. I just like that it talks about different people who are affected by the circus and not just our main characters, Celia and Marco. First of all, Marco, I can already tell he's a good homie. Like, I love his character so much. I like that he's a little bit more like the shyer type, and I like that Celia is very inquisitive and she's not afraid to like ask her father questions and be like, well, that doesn't sound right, or like, why are we doing that, or why are we like gonna not do this, stuff like that. I really love her character. I am trying to see why people compare this book to Caraval a lot. I don't really see it. I feel like the only similarities is that there's a carnival slash circus in it. That's literally it. I don't see anything else that's very similar to these books, except that Celia has a single father. That's it. I mean, I would consider Prospero a single father, but I don't see any other similarities between the two books. I did really, really love Caraval, like the entire Caraval series. I loved it so much, and I'm really enjoying the Night Circus, but I definitely, like I said, don't see that much of a similarity. I will say that I'm really happy that I read Caraval first before reading this, because I feel like Caraval kind of prepared me for reading something about a magical circus. Caraval doesn't really have, like, magic the way this does. Like, this book is literally magic. Like, literally, it is pure, without a doubt, magic. Whereas when you're reading Caraval, you kind of are like, what is the magic? Like, what's going on? They do have similar-ish themes. Like, if you're looking for the themes, you will find the similarities. But I just feel like they're very great separately. And, oh my god, the Night Circus. Boy, I am so shook right now. Like, so now that I'm a little bit more into the book, I can probably better explain what the Night Circus is about. So, the Night Circus follows our main characters, Celia and Marco, who are gonna be like these contestants or these ploys in a game designed by Celia's father and this other man who we call the man in the gray suit. And I don't know anything else because I'm only on page 80, but they're, I guess, going to compete with each other and something about a winner, and I'm very excited to see how that plays out. I did consider reading the summary or whatever it is that books have in the flap. I considered that, but I was like, nah, because as I'm reading it, I'm shocked at everything happening, and I like that feeling a lot more than knowing whatever information is going to be on the inside. But I'm really, 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 really enjoying this book. I am seeing it as being maybe a 4.5, 4 to 4.5. I don't know that it's going to be a 5-star read, but I love it. Hey, so let's keep reading. Hey guys, so a little bit of an update on the Night Circus. I have about 120 pages left, and I have a lot of thoughts. I don't know how I feel about the book anymore because things took a turn, and if there are any spoilers in here, I'm gonna do my classic little peace sign thing so you guys know. But I was really, really loving the book when I first started reading it. I was all for it. I was here for it. I was living the life. But then I started realizing that this book is very plot focused and not character focused, and I'm a very big character focused person, and so like reading the book, I feel like I'm not really getting to know Marco and Celia's characters. I'm not really getting to know Isabel's character. Like, I feel like I know more about Bailey, who is one of the side characters, than I do about Celia and Marco, who are the main characters in this book. And it's kind of weird because I just really, really feel like I don't know anything about the main characters, and that's like, it's giving me so many conflicting feelings. Like, this book is very lyrically written, and again, that's another thing that's like throwing me for a loop, and I kind of had like a little bit of a struggle reading this because I did have a Script account, and then Script decided to be a crackhead and it wasn't working right, so I would have to like restart chapters and things like that. And this is just something that I just have like a little bit of a gripe with, that the chapters are not properly, like, I'm trying to look at my thingy here, my little, because I switched to reading the book on ebook, which I think actually works better for me. I feel like I'm getting to focus a lot more on the characters in the book and what I'm actually reading, but I really am not enjoying the fact that I'm not getting to know Marco and Celia's characters. And another thing too, I feel like the whole challenge has, like, the challenge of the game has really been stretched out for too long. It's just stretching and stretching and stretching, and I'm like, okay, like, I get it. When are we gonna get to the point where, you know, we know what's happening, and when are we gonna get to where we get actual answers for what this game is and what this challenge is, and why Marco and Celia are literally like, what, at this point they're in their 20s, because the book started, well, so the book starts when they're like 5 or 6, when Celia's like 5 or 6, but then when they actually come to the circus, when they actually get to the circus bits, they're like teenagers when like Marco is independent. But then the book talks about years and years and years or whatever passing, and I feel like at this point they're in their 20s. So I just don't know, is this a YA or is this an adult? Like, what is going on? I don't know. Like, and I really, really hate the fact that Marco is essentially cheating on Isabel. Like, I don't know how to feel about that, because I feel like besides Celia being a magician, she's not even that interesting, I guess. Like, she's a magician and she's hot, that's it. But I guess what you gonna do when you're a thirsty Marco? What else is there to do? But yeah, I'm trying to think about other thoughts I have about this book, but there are none other than I really wish I could get to know Marco and Celia's characters too, because it's hard to care about them when I don't feel connected to them, and it's hard to feel connected to them when I feel like so much is just happening and we're not really getting to see it. And I feel like in the beginning I was enjoying the little like aspects of other people's lives being brought in, like Widget and Bailey's like storyline, and hearing about Mr. AH, and hearing about the man in the gray suit, and hearing about the German man. Like, I liked having all these different aspects thrown into the story, but now because things are not progressing the way I feel like they should be progressing, I just am confused and lost. And I was actually talking to my friend Emma about this too, and she was really struggling with the book as well, where we're just kind of like, what is happening? And I saw a lot of really funny tweets about people saying that the Night Circus is really boring, and I don't necessarily think it's boring, but I do think it's hard to get connected with, because every time you kind of get into the story, you're tossed out because something else has happened, or you're tossed out because a new development in the circus is going on, and it's just, I don't count any of these things I'm talking about as spoilers because I'm not telling you what's actually happening. Hopefully you guys don't count them as spoilers. But yeah, it's just like, it's interesting to read because I just don't know what's going on. And the whole time I'm just kind of like, what is happening? That's literally me right now. I'm like, what in the world is happening? But I'm gonna go ahead and try and read, and at least read like 50 pages tonight. I don't know if that will happen. Yeah, this book is very interesting. I don't even know what to think besides what I've already said, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and make more progress on it. Hopefully it doesn't take me like 5 million years to finish this book. We're hoping, we're praying. We'll see how it goes. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Peace out. Well, this took a dramatic turn. I was reading this book, and then I got hit with whiplash, literally. Like, let me first of all get these lips not so crusty, and then we'll talk, because what in the chicken nuggets was last night? Honestly, what was last night? I don't know her. She doesn't know me. Hi friends, so we have been on quite the journey for the Night Circus, and I just finished it. Ooh, this is crusty.
Disgusting!
Okay, I just finished the Night Circus last night, and I finished it through ebook, and oh my god, I'm very confused about what to rate this book, because The beginning was really, really interesting. The middle bits, very boring. The end, so good, but I don't know what to rate it. So currently, even though I finished it, I literally stayed up until like 3:30 finishing the book because I couldn't stop reading because it was so good. But then like there was a point reading it that I was so bored that I was like, what is going on? Like I wonder if Hannah ever felt like this when she was reading it, or she was just completely entertained, because if she was completely entertained, like Homegirl has more than 2 brain cells, which I and a lot of us in Booktube can't relate to, but this book was something else. I feel like, well, earlier I was talking about how I felt like I wasn't really getting to know any of the characters, and I wasn't really getting to know anything about them, and I was like, Celia and Marco, who are they? Like, I feel like I still, like, after finishing the book, I feel like I still don't know anything about Celia and Marco. I did really, really love how the story ended, and, like, their storyline in the story ended. I really, really loved that. I thought it was so creative, and I thought that Celia's character is literally, like, genius energy. Like, wow, my brain was blown. The way she solved the issue that she and Marco had, I was like, girl, like when I was first reading the book, I kind of thought that some things were going to be significant towards the end, and boy was I right. Like, okay, roll quick spoiler. Like the fact that her dad kind of like put himself in this basically like watered down version of himself. You know how he's like kind of a ghost but not really a ghost, and he's dead but not really dead. I kind of thought that was a genius idea, and I thought it would play into the story more later, and I was right. But anyways, yeah, that was really great and rewarding to know. Also, the only character that I feel like I really, really, really got to know and love was Bailey. And in the beginning of the story, I was like, why is this random kid even significant to the book? Like, what is he gonna do in this book? And then things kept progressing, and the more time went, the more important Bailey's character got. And I was like, ooh, he has a juicy piece in the circus. Like, I can just feel it. And I don't know why I thought he was like a missing child or something, a missing child of the circus. But the way Erin Morgenstern like I still don't know if her name is Morgenstern or Morgenstern. I should probably look at that, but I'm not going to. But anyways, the way the author like integrated Bailey's story into the story, also genius. Like, kind of saw that coming towards the end, so I wasn't really like surprised about it. But I was very pleased. Like, I was very, very pleased about how the book ended. I thought it was phenomenal. Like, Poppy and Widget's characters, I felt like were phenomenal additions to the book. It's like I liked everybody except Celia and Marco. I just didn't, I don't know. And it's weird because in the beginning parts and the end parts of the books, I felt like, of the book, I don't know why I said books, I felt like there were so many things that were, like highlightable and like cool to look at and stuff, but I just felt like the middle bit of this book was so dry. Like, I was literally falling asleep, and I'm like, I don't know. I still, after finishing this, I definitely 100%, like 1,000,000,000% do not think the Night Circus is anything like Caraval. They are so different. Like, completely different ideas. Like, completely different ideas, completely different setups, completely different style of writing, everything. Caraval is very much character focused. It's very much focused on the Caraval circus, magical aspect. Like, but not really magic, but magic. And it's focused on, this, like, the circus opens at night, and people have to play these weird games in order to figure out what's going on. And so that's kind of like Caraval's thing. And then with the Night Circus, it's like you have these two characters who are playing against each other, and this is like a long-standing, like years-long, like competition thing, and then this is like true magic, and it's very like, I don't know if it's magical realism, but it's very, very, very lyrical, and Caraval is not. Caraval literally is just like fantasy. That's it. Like, it's literally just fantasy. And then the Night Circus, I don't even, like, what genre is the Night Circus? Is it fantasy? Fantasy magical realism, fantasy confusionism, I don't know. Like, this book was so confusing until I got what was happening. Like, in the beginning I was kind of like, because it would like take me into Celia and Marco's world, and then it would pull me out, and suddenly I'm tossed into Bailey. And for a long time I was like, who the heck is Bailey? Like I kept looking back and being like, did I just miss a whole character? You know what I mean? But I really, really enjoyed it in the end. I definitely think that it's a struggle, because you are like reading up until page 100 and you're like completely engaged. You're like, yes, yes, yes. And then from page 100 to like page 280 or something, you're like, snore season. And then from page 280 something to the last 100 pages, things are picking up again, and you're like, okay, okay, okay. And I just really hate books that are like boring in the middle, because you've already committed all this time and all this interest and all this excitement to the book, and now it's dry, and you're like, do I DNF? Do I continue? Like, what's happening? And the Night Circus is definitely that. But I'm really glad I finished, because I was so attached to Bailey's character by the end of the story. And I just want to say, held this whole book on his back, held the circus on his back. He is everything. He is life. He is love. We stand Bailey. But yeah, that is the end of this vlog. Again, I am so, so grateful for the booktube community. Actually, the time that this video is going up is literally like my 6-month anniversary. I don't know if people do 6-month anniversaries because it's such a short time, but I just thought that's really exciting, so I might as well mention it. And I am really grateful for this community, and for finding this community, and for finding Hannah's channel. I absolutely adore her videos so much. I'm pretty sure everybody on Booktube knows who Hannah is, but if you don't, like, you need to go watch her videos right this second moment. She has the most soothing voice ever. Like, there are a couple booktubers with very soothing voices, and you would be surprised how much, like, whatever they're talking about is automatically interesting, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you guys for watching this vlog. Hannah, thank you so much for the content you create. Thank you guys. Hope you read. I don't even know what's going on. I'm so shook about this book that I don't even know how to do an intro. But anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, something that I realized is YouTube is such a stupid app. Whenever people I watch upload, I don't get notifications for their videos until like 2 days later. So I've noticed a lot of people talking about like turning on the bell notifications on their videos. So if you haven't done that, definitely turn the bell notifications on my videos. I don't know where the bell is. Is it on that side? Is it on that side? I don't even know. But if you have not turned it on, turn it on. And yeah, if you want to follow me on any social media, they're all linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to have a wonderful day. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a warm hug and a smush, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm sorry this video was such crackhead energy, but that is literally who I am. And this outro was literally 10 minutes, but it's okay. It's okay. We stand a queen that cannot weave her thoughts together coherently. It's perfectly fine. Alright, have a wonderful day featuring my EOS lip balm. Oh my god, am I a makeup guru? EOS for dry, chapped, crusty lips. Peace out!